Well, we came out here to win a ball game and try to play some good football. It just took us a while to put it all together. Um, really like how our guys hung together when we were kind of kicking ourselves around in the first half, and the belief in both sides of the ball was solid, and the conversation and the communication between our guys was solid, and we knew we were going to turn this thing, and we felt that, and so fortunately we were able to do that in a really good fashion. Um, the defense played great all night long, and the kicking game was great all night long. Coverage was terrific, and John did a great job keeping them deep and allowed the defense to play the way we want to play. All of that worked out beautifully. Offense moved the football the whole night, and we just couldn't get out of our way here. So the first half we had 8 penalties for a bunch of yards, and then we got way better, and we had 7 in the second half. So we're going in the right direction. We got a lot of work to do, and it's not that we didn't go into this game with a lot of emphasis in that regard also, but it didn't show. So we got stuff we got to clean up. But it was good solid football game, and Russell played great on offense. Had a terrific night. I thought that up front we did a good job of protecting them as well, and we really have a lot of respect for this defense. They do a lot of stuff, and it's difficult and challenging. The calls we have to make and the adjustments that we have to make really challenge you, and our guys did a good job. And I was glad to see that Ethan got in there and played a bunch, and Mark Lewinsky played a guard also, and those guys held up their end of it. So. We got better as the night went on. Maybe we're a little shabby coming out of the bye. I don't know, but it bodes well. We're going to be all right. We're going to be okay.
The double pass and the touchdown to Richardson there, just coming right after the fumbles, that sort of thought they'd take a big shot at him right after the turnover and all that.
Mm-hmm.
What was your?
I can't give a lesson. Of course it was. Yeah.
As they were going for that, and you see Paul, I mean, what were you thinking there? You think he had?
Well, I had it all the way. We always catch those.
Good to see the explosive plays from the offense again.
Yeah.
Being down less.
Yeah, I mean, we were close on 4 or 5 more too. We really had a lot of shots, and it was a great night for Bev calling it and mixing it up and giving our guys a chance to make some things happen. Just missed the 2 deep balls that were maybe 3 of them. And Jimmy had one on the sidelines too. So we had a lot of yards we left out there, but all in all, it was a very good night.
Was there any worry? Jimmy had a couple passes that he wanted to catch us, that would stick with him and carry over into the second round?
No, he owned it, coming off, and he makes a great grab on the ball down the middle, and he was back and going and all that. So, I know I yelled at him a couple of times just to get him fired and make sure he was fired up, and he was yelling back at me, and we were doing great. So when we're both yelling, we're doing good. We were going to call the offense up, and Russ started talking, and Doug wanted to let Russ do his talking, and Tom, I had told Tom to go ahead and get in the middle of the offense, but Russ was ahead of us by a step, Russ and Doug, and he just tried to hold him off because he wanted Russ to have his chance right there. No big deal.
But in general, did you sense frustration in the offense?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. We're going up and down the field. We score from the 1 with about 15 shots down there. There's a lot of frustration on that. But the point is, what do you do about it? And our guys dealt with it beautifully. The coaches handled it well. The leaders on the offense handled it well. The leaders on the defense handled it well and supporting those guys and kept pulling them through it. And we turned it around and got cranking. It was great.
Was that sort of the message at halftime? Was keep going at it like that?
Yeah, play with poise and play with confidence, and not let what's happened have any effect on what's going on as we move forward. We do it the same way all the time, but it means different things, depending on what just happened. And in this case, we just want to stay right focused with the very next opportunity that we had, and that's a big it's a big discipline, and our guys are good at it. And they showed that.
Paul's had a real knack for making big plays almost every game. He seems to have some good.
He's doing great. Yeah, I'm so excited about his play. His confidence level is so much different than it's been in the past. Because he had so much in and out time, with being banged up and all that. But he's been steady and he's worked really hard, and he's a tremendous practice player. I mentioned to you during the week, I think, that he had spent some time with Russell during the break, to throw some and make sure they were connected and all that. But he's just growing up with us, and it's great to see, and he's having a blast.
Some of the players never seen this since Bev
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to take his thunder away, but yeah, he did. Need a little energy, need a little juice, need to get cranked up, and we're in this thing together. And these players know it, and these coaches know it, and we've spent a ton of time opening up the lines of communication so that we can compete together, where we know we can go the furthest and do the best. And so this is a very tight, connected group, and it's gonna continue to grow. It's going to continue to be a factor for us if we're going to be able to endure, an extraordinary challenging season. We have a long ways to go, a lot to do, but I like where we are. I like the way we're communicating with one another, and I mean, those two guys, Tom and Doug, were talking. They know. So it was. I think the cool thing really, excuse me, the cool thing was that Doug was trying to make sure that Russell had his chance to rally the guys, because he was fired up and he wanted to go, and they believed what Russell was going to say and they wanted to hear what he had to say, and I thought that was pretty apparent.
What does it say about the poise of this team, where in the beginning there was so many frustrations about the way the game kept stopping and starting and all those things, and yet you guys found a way to put it together?
I appreciate you bringing that up, because it is about finishing. It always is, and then how you start, and you can start really good and things don't turn out right, and you can start poorly and things don't turn out the way you want it to, but it is about how you finish and how you take care of business, as you're coming down through it. And we went 5:56 with the ball in our hands, to kill that clock in the fourth quarter. It's a great drive by the offense, and they scored a touchdown. That's a great poise and great composure and the confidence that, to execute like that. So, yeah, it does say something, and we've been here before. We've been through it. We have tremendous leadership from our guys, and I'm hoping that, this is just the next step, obviously, but it's important, and we'll learn from this and grow from it.
Jaron Reed had 7 tackles and that fumble.
Big night, and the line of scrimmage was controlled, up front. The guys did a great job. He and Sheldon did a fantastic job inside. We had a big rotation tonight, and everybody played and all that. But those guys really held up, play after play after play to keep the running game to what it was. And they were trying to run it. They tried really hard to run it, and our guys just didn't let them.
So over the last 3 weeks, what have you seen from the two guys?
I don't know. 3 weeks, I don't know. Yeah, I understand 3 weeks, 3 games. I got that, but I don't know. Well, what do you want me to tell you? This is a really good group. We've had like 3 bad plays this year. Really, there's like 3 terrible plays that were about 200 yards that make us look entirely different than what we are, and we know that, and so. I ain't worried about it. We're just going. We had a nice game tonight. We'll put it back together and take it to next week.
Is the injuries anything to worry about?
Really, unfortunately, CJ, first play he tweaked his ankle, and we expected him to play and be a part of it. He had a good solid week, but obviously, he wasn't quite ready. It happened in pass protection, I believe. So, we'll try to get him back. All the other guys that got nicked during the game came back and played, so we might have come out okay. We've got to wait and see the next couple of days, but nothing serious.
At the risk of belaboring this, the cameras catching Cable, was there anything you wished would have been handled different in that situation?
Yeah. We talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, and Doug knew immediately, and yeah, we'd like to do. There's always things to do better. Sure.
Thomas Rawls, I fumbled and got past, but you kind of get back to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed. I thought Thomas got his face mask ripped off on that play. I don't know if you guys saw it that way. I didn't get to see it, and right as it happened, got his head ripped, and that was a big play right there, and then the ball got punched out. I don't know. You guys know better. You saw it better than I did, but he played good and hard, played tough. We saw Thomas go after him. He had a chance on that screen to go for about 50, and he said, "I'm going to go get that guy." And so that's the kind of message that he has sent in the past about how he wants to play, and we love him. We love him the way he goes at it.
A lot of Bradley McDougal today.
Yeah, I think he held up fine. He had a couple that he wants back, but he played a good football game, and it was great to get him involved. It was some matchup situations that we were playing to, and he came through really well. What we did really well is we tackled them after they caught the football beautifully tonight. All those tackles for short of the first downs, might have been 5 or 6 of those plays. Bobby had a back-to-back shots, and open field tackling was really good tonight.
Earl was gone for a lot of weeks. Was that?
Yeah, he had a family thing he had to take care of.
You mentioned the kicking game, just special teams overall.
And Nico covering kicks. Terrence Garvin had a big play on a kickoff coverage. The guys were just on it. Every punt we just surrounded it. The thing that was frustrating is we didn't get the yards that we wanted to get in returns. But no, we kept banging it. Tyler kept banging it out and giving his best shot. Those will come. Those are going to pop, and we get really game gets fun when he starts popping some runs.
With Jaron, where have you seen him grow from year 1 to year 2?
That's a good question because he has grown a lot. he had a fantastic offseason. He just got more fit, stronger, in great shape, which means he put a lot into the offseason. Well, that he followed that up with a really good connection to the workload and the details and doing things right and growing and being consistent. I mean, he's a legit starting defensive tackle in the NFL in just 2 years' time. You know, he got cranking. So he's a very responsible, tough kid. You know, and he's worked hard. And he's doing things right. And we love him. He's doing everything we want.
When we came closer, kind of just rotated by series, and that's the plan.
I think it went okay. I don't know. I don't know yet, but. Yeah, it was great. As I said, it was great to get both those guys playing, and that just helps us. So we'll be better for it. Can't wait to see the film, see how the guys did, and they're in a competition for the starting spot. But it's rare that you see offensive linemen rotate, and we got through that, and it worked out okay. That just makes us better, you know. So I'm fired up about that. I don't have anything to tell you. I don't know nothing until I see the film.
How was Shaq Griffin? How was Shaq Griffin down in this start?
Yeah, and he's done great. You know, he has played game after game. You know, he just keeps doing things right, play after play after play after play, and he keeps getting checked out and he keeps getting tested, and he keeps, you know, he doesn't change. That's the best thing that he's doing. He's got the confidence to, and he believes in what he's doing, and he's doing things right, and so he's really consistent. Sherman's been a huge factor on him. This has been Sherman's best play that he's ever had, in my opinion, and he set his sights on doing that in the offseason and has stayed with the consistency and the technique of it at just the perfect time for Shaq to just see that's all he can see. He's got this marvelous example working on the other side. Sherm sits right next to him in the meetings, and I sit right next to him on the other side, and we're just, you know, just bringing him along. And he's just listening and competing and doing right back to Shaq. And he's doing a great job, you know. And there's, you know, they're going to keep challenging him, and he's going to keep playing, and he's going to keep making plays, you know. So he almost had a pick, you know, there at the end.
How much is Bradley before she gets
I don't, you know, I don't know if that's the way we look at it, but he's a fantastic player, and we love him, and so we are, you know, we are mentally involved with trying to get him on the field. Yeah, and whatever, mentally involved. I'm not sure if that's really accurate, but that's what it is. I guess I don't know.
You guys like this place?
Yeah, it's all right. Fourth place. Our guys are really fired up to play in New York, and they respected it and the place and the team and all that, and they're fired up about getting out of here. The win.
Anything else? Thank you.